lyrics there are either incorrect or missing. Fortnite is known for many things, but I feel like its soundtrack and its music is not really one of them. Kind of. Fortnite has had original songs created for the lobby ever since 2017, and I'm sure you've heard some of the classics. During Chapter 2, things started to take a bit of a shift though. We got lyrics for the first time. It's crazy how this used to be something we weren't used to, and now it's basically just the standard. Some of these songs are really good. It makes you want to sing along to them. However, you can't. Well, you can, but you gotta use your imagination a bit. If you were to go searching for lyrics to any of these songs, there was a good chance you'd find nothing. Well, nothing official at least. It's common to sing any song incorrectly before learning the lyrics, but it gets way worse if you can never figure them out. Especially for someone like me, you drive yourself crazy trying to find these things. However, things would change. In December of 2023, right after the Great Season OG ended, there was a new mode. One that would stick around to stay, one that would solve this mystery forever. The little game mode that could. Now, Festival was the descendant of some of the greats in 5-fret rhythm gaming history, Guitar Hero and Rock Band, all three forged by none other than Harmonix itself. It introduced a new breath of life in rhythm games, something that had been fading slowly over time. And the best part? It was in my favorite game of all time. It kept going. Festival was on a roll and it didn't slow down. Kind of. Season after season, jam track after jam track, headliner after headliner. A few seasons in, it got one of the most important and influential changes it ever possibly could have. Plastic instruments. Pick yourself up one of these things and you've unlocked a completely new way to play the game. It almost feels like you're actually playing I'm not gonna say that. It was just like Rock Band. Word even got around that they were working on charts for drum support too. I mean, can you believe that? Drum support? This means there would be 3 out of 4 instruments with pro support, which is what they call the mode for plastic, by the way. And you know, this idea got me thinking. If a problem with epic original jam tracks, which they're called jam tracks now by the way, is that they don't have lyrics put anywhere, could Fortnite Festival finally fill that really odd gap? That strangely undocumented gap? That oddly unsolved gap? I mean, you gotta know what you're singing in order to sing it after all. Rock Band had lyrics for that. Could we get more official lyrics for songs that really need it? Could we finally find out what they're saying here? Seriously though, what are they saying there? Also, side note, I say more because there have been a few small cases where some songs will be posted on YouTube by the ones who worked on it. Most importantly, they may even leave lyrics attached. This has happened before, and if you're someone like me, it's always a nice find when you come across them. Anyways, back to Festival, which has barely changed. Time passes, a lot of it does. Seasons pass and we start getting less and less features added to Festival. That pro vocal dream that we had, yes we, might as well have just been thrown away now. Drums were worked on since early Festival. If they wanted to chart pro vocals, they would have done it by now. And so then they started charting pro vocals. Well, that's why I just...
Shut up. This took them a while. Like, a long while. And I waited patiently. Like, also for a long while. Festival was in a serious update drought at this point. Even after all the leaks pointing to a bigger update on the horizon, even when it was almost time for that, it really got to the point where people were just convinced that there wasn't a giant update around the corner, despite pro vocals being finished internally along with pro drums. We kinda skipped ahead in this story, didn't we? But then, it released, and I played it, along with many other people. It was incredible. The dream I've always had of singing an epic original song with purpose was a reality. Yeah, I had that dream, no question. The gameplay felt smooth. The engine felt great. I didn't have to recalibrate my audio latency, it just worked. Out of the box. And best of all, there were lyrics. All of them. As you'd expect, like I alluded to, I've been singing some of these songs completely wrong this whole time. Now, I couldn't go over every single jam track in the game, there's far too many for me to do that in this video. But, how about the ones that we tried guessing? Like I said, I've made 2 videos on this exact topic about a year ago, and in them, we went out of our way to even try and transcribe the lyrics ourselves. It took a lot of listening. How close were we? Well, now I know, so let me show you. Hey there, 2 important things really quickly before we move on. First off, as usual, go chug a chug in the shop if you would like to support me. No spaces, hashtag epic partner, you guys know the drill. But second off, I wanted to let you guys know that this video actually has a little bit of bonus content. You get to see me sing Swim Free. Yeah, the Poseidon Swim Free. All you need is a channel membership. Just hit that join button or click the links button on my channel to buy yourself a channel membership. I promise you they're not that expensive and it would really help out a lot if you got one. So please consider that. You'll get your name at the end of the video, just like this one. Anyways, moving on. Thank you. Alright, let's see, which one do we have first? Bouncing Back was one of the 2 songs that we originally looked at in the very first video. This is one of the ones I've gone through and tweaked my own interpretation of it the most to try and get it as close as possible. And here now I can say, we only made 10 mistakes. I know that sounds like a lot, but I mean, what can you really do, right? As a heads up, this song is only a little bit different to what we guessed. But stay tuned because the next one, and especially the last one, are pretty different from our original guesses. Mostly the last one. You're going to want to see the last one. This does mean that my second channel upload is out of date now. Oh well. Anyways, let's see. At the very beginning, I actually don't really count these as mistakes, but that's up to you. If we do count it, it counts to 12. You have the lines that I put as yeah. In reality, it's yeah. Like I said, it's tiny. You really count it? I don't know. Up to you. Into the actual things though. The line, those pebbles I roll 'em, is actually those pebbles I'll roll 'em, which makes a lot of sense. One that actually kind of caught me off guard is many times they've taken from me is actually many flags they've taken from me, which also makes sense considering one of the lines before it is a flag for my city. One of the lines that follows up almost directly afterwards is one that I went back and forth on a couple of times. My power's so raw, you livin' in awe. I bet you bet on my odds. Nope, it's Yule. Close enough. Just like right after that, if I had a flaw you saw it dissolve the minute I got out of my bed, it's actually I saw it dissolve. We got really tiny mistakes in this one. I promise you, they get more interesting as time goes on. This next one I interpreted as don't need to send your consent, when actually it's don't need 2 cents or your consent, which I think makes a lot more sense. Pun not intended. Oh my god, I'm crazy. Then you get to the second part of the song. Luckily we got the chorus correctly. Up to here though, I'm out of space, you're out of pace is actually I'm outer space. Congratulations on being the entirety of outer space. That's a pretty big thing to do. I'm impressed. And then it's a different game and I'm out of your league is actually it's a different game when I'm out of your league. I'm out of space, you're out of pace is a different game when I'm out of your league. Huh, so it's something that'll happen in the future. Alright. One that also caught me off guard is not too long after that, you have take your cap, take your step, take a step cause I've been back. It's actually take your stat after the first cap, which actually I like a lot because I used to be bothered thinking that they used step twice. I thought that was weird. When they didn't. One that bothers me for getting it wrong though is at this part. I put down in the video, said you want it all, that you want it all. In my head I was like, this sounds like it says bet you want it all. And I think that that lyric just sounds way better, but I didn't go with it just in case I was wrong. Not sure why I didn't do that because I would have been right the whole time, it's bet. And then one that I'm upset at because I think that my version is better is not too long after. It says, if you knock me down, I won't feel the frown. At least that's what I thought. It's actually, I won't feel the fall. Come on, frown even rhymes with down. I think that that's even funnier. Other than that, that's bouncing back out of the way. That one really was not that bad at all. Now, if that's the case, how about we look at the other one that we put in that video? The one I was a little bit more confused on. Make It Known is where things get a little more in-depth to whatever we were doing with bouncing back. I was confused on this one. This time, the mistake count is up from 10 at a total of 15, and it starts pretty much right at the beginning. First off, I just want to say that really weird part that plays throughout the song actually is vocals that have lyrics, which is weird, so just this is what it says. I didn't count that in the original video because I didn't really think that it had lyrics to it, but apparently it does. Getting into the rest of it, we're still at the beginning here. We put down, you know I'm about to go, harder than harder and gold. It's actually harder than harder go. You know I'm about to go, harder than harder go. If you remember the original lyrics on Genius that someone put, the fan-made ones of course, they actually said harder than harder go. I thought harder than harder and goal was way cooler first off, and second off more accurate to what was being said, but nope, I was wrong. I'll give you that one. Luckily, the first verse doesn't really have any mistakes, but one right after is one line that I have been thinking about for a long time, and I finally have closure. We put down originally, you know the legends go, hard in this audio. You know the legends go, hard in this audio. This line has drove me crazy because I could have sworn I heard an S at the end of it. Audios? What does that mean? A YouTube comment told me that it might be adios, but I didn't take that into account because I didn't see how that would exactly fit in the line. Well, you're never gonna believe what it actually says. You know the legends go, hard in this audio. Well played, whoever that YouTube commenter was. Thank you. Then we get to verse 2, which is different from verse 1 in the fact that we actually have a bit more mistakes here. Originally, we had I came and coughed my name. I only had that there because that's what the fan lyrics said and I just thought it sounded okay enough. Well, clearly it didn't because it's actually I came and carved my name. And the line right after it isn't I gave my life into my place, it's I gave my life and took my place, which also makes more sense. We get the first half of this little breakdown right here correctly, but then we get to Starlight See My Glow, which by the way, I didn't have originally. Someone else suggested that and they were totally right, so I didn't come up with that one. It's actually Starlight See My Glow, go where you supposed to go. Not oh where you supposed to go. Just as it's not proceed on the low, can't lose a find the goat, it's actually posted on the low, can't lose a find the goat. And then just some minor corrections. Leave me in the zone, I'll take your mind and then I'll snatch your soul. Both aisles is actually just eyes. I see my glow, where you supposed to go. Proceed on the low, can't lose a find the goat. Leave me in the zone, I'll take your mind and then I'll snatch your soul. And we got our chorus, so we got the usual mistake there. And then you have after that. Another line that confused me was they gots to listen, told you this ain't hypothetic. They gots to listen didn't exactly sit right with me, but I couldn't think of anything that could replace it. The correct answer is fake ops don't listen, which is kind of funny. We did get can't reach me with an arrow, summer nights I never fall, along with no cattle, the goat don't wear a saddle. I'm happy we got both of those right, but we will have to dock a few points because instead of co-riders of my body, it's coat riders. But getting through that, that's also pretty much Make It Known done. Everything else is just stuff we've already said that shows up in the chorus again. That's actually not too bad, huh? Okay, so we're 2 for 2 on having songs that we were actually pretty close to. What about the last one? I was very incorrect on Run It. This song I only briefly mentioned in my video. Just briefly. But I did have my own personal set of lyrics that I wrote down that I thought made sense. And even then, I still gave up halfway through because I didn't know what was being said in this song. Now I do know. I can totally hear it, the lyrics do make sense, but oh my goodness, I was not close. Even just at the beginning, just like Make It Known, the audio that sounds like vocals in the back does actually have lyrics to it. I didn't expect that. The song starts with the main chorus that they repeat throughout the song, which already is incorrect because instead of duck it, it's dubbin'. Alright, whatever. Sure. It seems promising because I got the first line, both eyes shut, I still made it way too far. And then I get hit with, living at the city cause I made it at the dark was actually limping out the tinted car. I made it out the dark. Go on, go hard is actually go or go hard. No missing all those hits and we've been winning from the start is no missing auto hits in. I'm actually upset because I had auto hits down on my very first draft of this thing. I didn't keep it because I didn't understand what that would have meant. After who you be with is actually just who you beat, not who you be again. And instead of my teammate, it's team ain't. That was sneaky. Can't defend it, seasons pour in, why you thinking it's a drought is actually while you thinking it's a drought. Just like swish on the block is swish out on the block. And king me high shot is king me hot shot, which also makes sense. Then we have a slightly longer version of the chorus where again it says dubbing instead of duck it, which also means instead of duck and weave come and jump like I thought, it's dub and we come and ya. Alright, go crazy. I thought duck and weave made sense, but sure. There's another dubbing in the chorus. Then we have this part. First off, it's not cheat code, it's cheat code, Chico. And this entire next section is the furthest off we have ever been. I want you to listen to this line. When I tried making sense of that, I put down in and out puts it in aggro, feeling all these thoughts in my face. That was the closest I could have gotten, and I was still very wrong. It's ending I'm full sending aggro, bending off these knocks in my veins. Okay then. I actually didn't have anything put down for this next line, because no matter how many times I listened, I couldn't figure it out. It's small correction, stacked up all my wins is stack up all my wins. And then can't reach for you but what they be like is actually can't reach when you pipe up they be like, which I will admit is way cooler. Hoo you hoo. That sounds like a weird greeting. We got that correct, but ain't nowhere to dig from is actually ain't no accident, Here I put crown me cause I'm big, and then a bunch of question marks because I had no idea what was going on here. It's crowned and custom fit, and the throne got my presets. The entire rest of this section is just question marks. I genuinely couldn't figure it out, but the correct answer is Then the entire rest of the song is a repeat of what we had before, with the chorus, no duck it, only dubbin', and then it repeats the who you be with line, but slower. So all of those mistakes are doubled. This stuff is hard. 32 total mistakes. I will say, I was a little bit closer than whatever the fan lyrics were that I've been showing 2 times in this video, but oh my gosh, this one got me. Fortunately though, that's all the important ones. And now, after covering the mystery of Run It and tuning up our interpretations of Make It Known and bouncing back, I can safely conclude this mission is finally complete. The songs have been documented by Epic themselves in an easy to access spot that anybody can get into. It's crazy because now this can be neatly packaged up into a little bundle of 3 videos on one topic. Except only watch this one. Don't watch the older ones. They're old. Do not.